Hello, I'm Kyle Bradshaw, and this is Chaparral Motorsports, and today we're taking the Kenda Big Block Paver out to test it. Now, this tire is a tire that was made by Kenda for the big adventure touring motorcycles. It's primarily a street tire, so 80% street, and it can go 20% dirt. According to Kenda, this tire is going to excel at wet weather traction. It's going to be able to carve through the twisties, and then when we get it off-road, it's going to be able to perform relatively well. I don't know just exactly how well yet, but we're going to take this tire out and put it through its paces. The first place we're going to take this tire is the sand wash to get it broken in good. We're then going to get it out on some backcountry roads. We're then going to take it onto some fast, high-paced twisties, into some pretty hardcore off-road action with some really big rain ruts and things of that nature, and we're going to attempt some hill climbs. This tire really looks very street-oriented. It has a super round profile, and there's not a whole lot of off-road traction built into it. But we're gonna see just how well this 80/20 tire works out there in the elements. Now, out there with us as well is gonna be an Africa Twin with the Kenda Big Block Dual Sport tire. That's gonna be a 60% street, 40% dirt tire. So it's gonna be 20% better in the dirt than the tire that we're currently running. You're gonna see that bike out there kind of swapping it up back and forth, and we're gonna come back and tell you just exactly how we think these tires handle. Now, in addition to us giving you an intro and an outro telling you how these tires feel, you're gonna be mic'd into our helmets, and you're gonna be hearing what we're feeling as we're going through whichever terrain we happen to be traversing on. I'm Kyle Bradshaw from Chaparral Motorsports. Let's get on the road. All right, so we're heading on to get on the freeway now. We're gonna head the freeway. We're gonna take the freeway up a couple exits, and then we're gonna be able to jump off and hit the sand wash. Now, just really fast coming out of the gate, I'm gonna say that these tires break over so fast. Like the round style of this tire, man, it just leans into corners faster than any tire that I've had on this bike so far.
And what Kyle was saying when he's saying the tire is round, I know you guys are probably laughing like, yeah, all tires are round, Kyle, duh. He's talking about the actual curvature, the way the tire crowns. So what he means by it being very round, there's very little tire on the ground, as to where a flatter tire, it would sit more tread pattern down onto the surface. So that's what Kyle means when it's round. And we noticed both of these Kenda tires were very round when we first installed them, meaning they had a huge crown to them.
All right, so with both of these sets of tires are running, right now I'm running the Paver Big Block. We got 30 PSI in each of these sets of tires. That way we're on an even playing field. Ah! I'm all over the place. All right, well, so far I'm actually pretty impressed. Can't always judge a book by its cover. It's doing a pretty damn good job. I mean, we're 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour across the sand right now. Front end is like straight as an arrow pretty much. I mean, it's getting a little bit of wiggle, but not a whole lot. Nice. Dude, momentum, dude. Momentum is your friend. 100%.
One, two, three.
See that tire there? It does a good job at digging a hole, but the amount of forward acceleration that he's getting is significantly limited as compared to the Big Block Dual Sport. All right, so we're leaving the sand wash now. There's Travis on the Kenda Big Block Paver tires. That's going to be the street-oriented Big Block tire from Kenda. I gotta say, so far I've been really impressed with that tire on how it's performed, both on the street and off-road. This here's gonna be a nice little country back road. So we're gonna have sand and rocks, we're gonna have tar snakes and potholes. This is gonna be a really good combination of things you might encounter out there in the wild while cruising some back roads here in the USA. So right there I was able to hit power and it was kind of stepping out, but it was catching itself. Kind of interesting. So I wouldn't say stepping out, I'd say it was more backing in. So coming around and just kind of drifting. You could feel it kind of slipping across the surface. Right there, backing it in again. Yeah, neither one of these tires can I feel confident actually fully accelerating through these tight corners. Oh, this is very interesting as well. So I'm looking at the tread and you can see where the lines here have gone down. So you are skidding out on the side as well. You just probably weren't feeling it because you had all that rubber on the ground, but you can see some vertical lines here. Pretty interesting. Whoa! Oh, it's so, backs out so fast. There's no squirm, there's no wiggle. Now, what I was feeling was these tires still do, when completely leaned over and you hammer throttle, you do get that back end effect, that kind of a slide with these tires. I think that's because they're just so curved there on the edges that there's just not a ton of rubber on the ground as we've seen with some of the other tires. So these high-speed corners here, as long as I'm not grabbing throttle and shifting gears and getting that big surge of power, they seem to be really sticky, if you will. I'm not feeling any slip or slide. That guy's a mountain lover. So these tires back in really quick on this more sandy topped hard pack. So this hard pack's really interesting. So earlier, I don't know, say a couple weeks ago, this was more clay type hard pack on top. I really didn't notice the sandy nature that we're seeing here, but today it feels a little bit more sandy than it has been. Whoa, sideways. Just like that. So if you take a look at that rear camera footage, this thing's just going super sideways. Definitely sliding side to side, much more so than I was on the dual sport version. Ah! Now, can I get it up from here? Be interesting to see. That's a pretty strong testament to the grip that this street-oriented tire has. To be able to continue on that hill from that point, it's pretty impressive. So now I'm going to go ahead and come down this hill relatively gingerly, as a fully loaded adventure bike guy would come down. Now, I didn't think that that front tire, I was going to like it much on this descent, but
I'm telling you, it's doing a pretty good job. Wow, I'm impressed. Definitely impressed. For as much as this tire wants to step out whenever I hit the gas, the front tire did not step out like I found on some of the other more street-oriented tires. As soon as I looked to the front brake, it boom, down. For this, I had great traction coming down that little hill climb. Okay, gotta make it this time. All right, here we go. So interesting. So this tire goes straight up the hillside. It might lose traction, but it doesn't really pitch sideways while going up. I don't understand. Maybe it's getting caught inside each of the rain grooves, so therefore it's not climbing itself. Oh, that could be it. Maybe it's not climbing itself out of the rain groove as the knobby tire is. It's just kind of staying in the rain groove. Huh, interesting. All right, this next section of road here, guys, is really, really fun. It's got some rocky sections. It's got some huge washouts. Just a really fun section of road to ride on. I brought a couple guys on some adventure bikes up here a couple of weeks ago, and they were freaked out about the terrain. And they weren't very happy that it was not as smooth of a dirt road as it could have been. Oh shoot! Woo! That was sketchy. Surprised I was able to save that. Lack of side knobs on this tire can be a little bit sketch. Yeah, not having a knobby up there is not fun. Ugh! Oh, trees! So right around the corner here is where the big washout is. Whoa! Whoa! And this bike wants to go down in there. So off-camber, when the road's kind of coming like this, instead of these tires biting, they just kind of want to slide downwards towards the hole. Not quite so fun. That hurt. Oh. Whew. Whew. The dirt, this tire handles dirt really well. I'm really impressed with that. But these larger rocks that this tire just can't get a hold of, definitely troublesome. Whoa. Oh, this thing is not wanting to stop, guys. Oh, I'm gonna go down. Oh, I knew it. Oh. Not a good day for double take at all. This street tire does not belong in this terrain, my friends. Oh. Problem is there's no side lugs to keep that back end from sliding. So that back end just wants to walk around. Ah! So we found limitation with the paver tires. They don't like rocks. It's pretty apparent. Whoa! Whoa! Dude. It's like full lock, like just incredible. Alright, so because there's such little rubber sitting on the ground because of the curvature of the tire over the sides, with the ABS off, that's sketchy, man. As soon as you touch the brakes, these things just lock up because there's not a ton of rubber sitting down there. So on a tire that had more rubber actually sitting on the ground at any given point in time, that would be much more difficult to do. But literally, I just look at that back brake pedal and it just locks up and just, there's not a whole lot of holdback to it. On the pavement, the paver tire performed extremely well. If you didn't give it major acceleration or braking if ABS was disengaged. I mean, I think that's a flaw in the tire myself, but yeah, I think compromised tires at best. They do dirt? Yeah, they'll do some dirt. Will they do street? Yes, they'll do street. Would I run these at the track? Absolutely not. Versus some of the other tires that we've run, absolutely, I'd rip those things at the track without any hesitation at all whatsoever. But these are just, this compound's not quite sticky enough. It's just not as streetable as I would like them to be. Alright guys, Kyle and Travis here from Chaparral Motorsports. We just got done spending the day out there on the Kenda Big Block Dual Sport tires and the Kenda Big Block Paver tires. Now, these were really interesting tires to be out there. I'm going to almost call these a compromise tire. Each one of them did really well for the specific genre of riding that they were made for, but they really didn't perform as well in that other genre as I thought they would. Now, I would say that I was really surprised at the paver tire on how well they did in the sand.
I was too.
The front tire tracked okay, and as soon as you got momentum, it kind of stayed up on top and did its thing.
Right.
Where they really didn't do well in the sand is really soft stuff. When you stopped, getting your momentum up was really, really difficult. Yeah. Now, the one thing I was surprised about, Travis, on the paver tire was the fact that I could still back that tire in. The front and the back tire both would slide a little bit. It's not like they ever cut loose fast, but you could feel them drifting through the corners. Yeah. I was really surprised that that tire did that. I'm Kyle, this is Travis. Thank you guys for watching this Kenda Big Block tire test. Until next time, take care and ride safe out there.